just unwittingly broken my fast. I was just using this, which is watermelon um, lip sugar, a sort of sugar, a thing, God, whatever it is that just smooth things out a bit. I was just putting that on, and it's sweet. It probably is sugar, and I licked my lips, and tiny little things like that that you don't even think of can break your fast. I mean, it's no biggie. I'm not going to get depressed about it because it's pointless. But it's still 3 hours from lunchtime, so we'll see. Who cares? Not me. Um, Somebody mentioned that I sounded better when we were travelling along in the car yesterday, and I'd like to say yes, I feel better, but I don't. I can't explain. I don't actually. Right at this minute, I don't feel unwell. But yesterday was particularly difficult, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. I um, went into Leclerc to do the little bit of shopping. Mark goes off and picks up the online stuff, um, and I went in and I bought a bag of rice flour and 3 pots of the Whole Earth crunchy peanut butter, um, and went to the checkout and stood at the checkout for a bit. Went to the first checkout because I felt really tired. Went to the nearest checkout rather than looking for one that was quicker for me with just 4 items, and stood there for a bit and looked back, and there was a man sort of converging with me with his trolley as we started to move towards it, and I said, "Oh, sorry, I thought I was here first." And he went, "No, I was here first." And I didn't understand because he was speaking in French, but he wasn't being unkind. He was just like, "Well, no, actually, I was." And I went, "Oh God." I said, "I'm really sorry. I'm so tired. I just hadn't realised. I thought I was here." But he let me through because I'd got 4 items and he'd got more. But I felt really tearful. I felt bad and felt really tearful that something as simple as driving a bloody shopping trolley was beyond me. And I still haven't driven the car because I've felt not well enough up here to actually drive the car and be able to make good decisions. And there's proof. I can't even drive a shopping trolley. So that was a bit of a pisser. Came out, found Mark, put the shopping in the car, still feeling tearful. Came home, had an argument, feeling irritable, ended up crying again, and um, it just didn't really. It just wasn't good. We put the shopping away. I'd already prepped the meal before we left so that I didn't have that to do when we came back. So we had we opened our window at midday. It's not meant to open till 1, but it was like, no, let's eat because then we can go to bed, because I wanted to go back to bed, and Mark normally has a siesta anyway. So we did that, went back to bed, and I laid there for an hour. I'm not really sure I slept. Got up, sort of just mooched about, I think, doing stuff. I wasn't full of energy. I think at one point I emptied the dishwasher and was exhausted, and just sort of frustrated with feeling exhausted. And over the last couple of days, I've toyed with taking extra steroids because sometimes you just need a bit of a boost. But I'm holding back from doing that because I'm thinking, if I do that, there'll be a come down. So if you take extra steroids for a day or two to get you over a hump, 2 days later you are having withdrawal symptoms and feeling shittier than you felt before you added them in. So I've been holding back from doing that. And then I've been fighting with the sourdough. This 100% spelt sourdough is really difficult. The ingredients are different to the what I've been following, and I found something online and I started following that yesterday. So it took me a while to get the starter going, for a start. It's like, okay, I'm ready. Here I go. Going to get the starter going. That wouldn't get going as well as I had hoped. So that took a while. Got that going. Mixed the bread all together. This guy mixes it all at once rather than auto losing the flour. Mixed it all together, and it was just sticky. And his had been smoother than that. It was sticky, but he could manipulate it, and I couldn't manipulate it, and I ended up absolutely covered with sticky dough on my hands. And because both hands were covered, you can't clean it off because you're trying to click. I can't explain it, but you can't clean it off. So Mark was watching telly, so I come in here and I go, I need help. So he came out and was trying to scrape it off my hands. And I decided I was going to have to add more flour to it. So I started adding more flour to it, but it was still really sticky. In fact, I thought it was getting stickier, and I was thinking, oh, fuck. And at the end of the day, it's just a load of ingredients that you've wasted. But I get really, really upset to be throwing food away for a start and wasting ingredients. And I just want to get this right. So I was using a glass bowl, and there were lots of bits stuck around the bowl. So I took it out of there and put it in a metal bowl, and actually it began to be easier. And I wet my hands, and actually that made it easier for me to manipulate it. And I got it into some sort of reasonable shape. And then you have to start stretching and folding it every half an hour. And I was managing to do that. It wasn't great, but I was managing to do it. But actually, by the time I finished last night, I'd got it into the shape it needed to be, not for final baking, but for proving overnight in the fridge. So got it into that sort of like a ball shape. It had got the surface tension was good, which is the important bit, is the surface tension on top. I rarely get that, so I was like, oh, it got surface tension. Put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in the fridge, left it there overnight, and it sat in there overnight and proved a bit, not massively. It's meant to do quite well over there overnight. So anyway, took it out, reshaped it, and I'm using the glass induction hob protector. That's working really well. Do that with, put a little bit of water on it, very, very slight water on it, and that worked really well. Really pleased with that. I'm getting there. So yeah, reshaped it again this morning, folded it, shaped it, reshaped it, and then I'd bought rice flour yesterday that you put in the banneton, because that's not got gluten in it, so it won't stick to the loaf, so it stops the banneton and the loaf sticking together. Did that, sorted the loaf out, and then have put it in the banneton, back into the Ziploc bag, and it's now proving again, slowly. Slowly, probably not slowly, but I'm impatient. So that's where I am with the bread. So today it's difficult to know. I don't think I'm in the same place as I was yesterday. I do hope not, because we want to go out this afternoon. Joe's going over to the house. She's doing quite a bit over there, and for some of the time this afternoon over there she'll be on her own, and we said that we'd come over, if depending on how I am. And at the moment I think, yeah, I'm okay to go over, but there's no telling. There's no telling really. So I just wish the way that I felt yesterday is how I have felt in the past when I've been off sick from work with stress. But I have no conscious stresses. I have nothing that I'm stressed about as far as I am aware. So I can't explain it. It's very frustrating. Oh, that's pretty. So I'm just looking at my new Mac. It's very pretty. It's just gone. It's been on for a while. It's just started to it's gone into a darker, well, it's turned itself off now. And then I can see the colour of it, because that doesn't really show when you're using it. So I'm pleased with that. I do need to sort my other Mac out. That's probably part of what's stressing me out. I need to sort it out and get it cleaned back to factory settings so I can donate it somewhere. The person I was thinking of doesn't need it, has got one that she uses. So I was thinking maybe of the local school, but our local school is now a private school, and I am probably projecting an idea on that they need my donation. They probably don't if they're a private school. They've probably got plenty of money. So I might keep thinking about where it can go. I mean, we could take it to Emmaus. We take a lot of stuff to Emmaus, and I could do that. But I'd actually quite like to give it to somebody that I know would like it, rather than, it go to Emmaus and I don't see who gets it, and Emmaus would probably hang on to it for themselves, I imagine, for their office. So yeah, I haven't decided, but I do need to clear it off, and I'm having password problems. Now, the difficulty for me now is do I try and do that now? I've spoken about it. Probably not a good plan, because I'll get stressed and then I'll be back where I was yesterday. So it's probably best for me to chill. Quite good at chilling normally, but not when there's things to do. So that's where we're at. Yeah, what is it? It's just coming up to 10:30. Yeah, just coming up to 10:30 on Saturday. I've emailed two people back. Kathy has emailed me for the GoFundMe link, and I've replied to that. And Anita has emailed me with news from Sweden about lobsters and pea soup. And I've emailed back. So that's good. Very rarely do I get to my Yahoo mail and email people back. So I've done that. So I feel like I'm on top of everything. I don't think I've got anything to do apart from get this bread cooked. But can't get that cooked until it proves itself. Okay, so have a nice Saturday. Have a nice weekend if I don't see you after today for a while. I probably will do, knowing me, but then sometimes I don't. I'm not doing daily vlogs. Sometimes I do 2 daily vlogs, but I'm not doing them. Unlike some people who are desperately trying to increase their subs, I think. Oh, that's naughty of me, and I haven't done that for ages. Okay, bye.